Okay, what's up, J4K? I am live. And tonight, what I want to do is I want to talk about the court case that Kanika Jenkins' mother has opened against Crown Plaza, the Caddyshack, Capital Security, and F&F Realty. So I'm going to show you exactly how to get the information from your computer. I suggest using Google as your browser so that it'll show up just the same way that it's showing up on my computer. So what I did is I went to Google and I typed in Cook County Teresa Martin PDF. And it's important that you spell her name correctly. It's Tereasa Martin. Okay. And the first link that pops up is the link that I'm using. And so I'll click it here. And this is the lawsuit. These are details of the lawsuit that she has open against Crown Plaza. And just so you know what type of website this comes from, Courthouse News. It's not a spam website. It's not very well known, but they cover basically court issues. And that's where I found the PDF. Now, I searched for Kanika's name. I couldn't find any article in here about it. So I don't know where exactly the PDF comes from off the website. But I know that if you Google it and you type Cook County Teresa Martin space PDF, it'll be the first one that comes up. And then you can download it. And I printed it out, and this is the document that we're going to go over tonight. So one thing that we can get from this document is the case number, which is right here on the right side. So it's 2018L013273. And it's also right here, even bigger for you. So this is the number that we use on Cook County's website to look up the information. And the website for Cook County is www.cookcountyclerkofcourt.org. And we're going to go here to look up case info. And we're going to go here. Select a division. It's going to be law. And we're going to search by case number because we have it. So you remember it was 2018. I've done this, so I guess they already know. So this is the information that you'll type in. And then you'll start your search. And this is important that you do this so that, people don't lie to you and create false stories that the case is over or this happened or that happened. You can just come in here and you can check for yourself, Okay, so this is how you see details of the case. Well, actually, this is not details of the case. This is more like a summary of the case. But again, this is the same case number as we have here. This PDF isn't found on the Cook County Clerk of Court website, but I just showed you how to find it, so you shouldn't have a problem. So you can see here the filing date is December 11, 2018. All the information's here as far as who she's suing. It's a total of 3 different people, 3 different companies. And then here's all of the case activity. So you can see from December all the way through to this year, there's been activity on the case. This is May 6, 2019. all the way up to June 25th, 2019. So this is just what, 2 weeks ago? And you can, if you know a little bit more about the law, you can look up what these terms mean. Well, you don't even have to know about the law. You can just Google it and look up what all these terms mean. But it says here on this document that it's going to be a 12-person jury. So I don't believe they've actually had their day in court yet. And all of this back and forth is just, I believe, to decide, what evidence is even admissible, and, petitions and notices filed, jury demand filed, protective orders, other protective orders. So I guess they all want protection from each other. Um, appearance filed. This is just all legal terms that you can look up yourself, but they haven't had the big court date yet. Okay. So that's one side of it. That's the law side of it. And then there's another case that's happening, which is the probate case. And I'm going to show you in this document what that means. So this is the filing from Teresa Martin to the Court of Cook County, Illinois Law Division. She's saying that she's suing them. And it says Teresa Martin, Special Administrator for the estate of Kanika Jenkins. Also, notice how they spell her name. This is the correct way to spell Kanika's name. This is a legal document. I think her mother would know best how to spell her name, and that's how it's spelled. Um, she's deceased. This is her counsel, the Beam legal team. And let's see, so she's suing all these people: the Crown Plaza O'Hare, F&F Realty, Capital Security and Investigations, NBC Rosemont, doing business as the Murray Brothers Caddyshack. At all times, Teresa Martin was the biological mother of Kanika Jenkins. Okay, and this is a petition to duly appoint Teresa Martin as administrator of the estate of Kanika Jenkins has been filed and is currently pending in the probate court of Cook County, Illinois. So this is saying that Teresa hasn't yet been appointed the administrator of Kanika Jenkins' estate, and that it's still pending in the probate court. And we can also look up that case here. We can go back and you have to go all the way back to the main menu. And then you'll search this one, the probate docket search. And this one I search by name. Claimant or minor. And I search Martin Teresa. And then it comes up. And this is the one. Okay, so you can see that it was filed the day after the other, this paperwork was filed. Remember, this was on the, oh no, this was filed way sooner. This was filed this was filed a day after. So this was filed December 11, 2018. And the petition for her estate was filed December 12, 2018. So this is all the information here for that. And you can see the activity here. Order declaring heirship allowed. Bond of representative approved. Okay. And this looks like pretty much where they left off. It says, order to file final report within 14 months allowed. And they have a court date, May 18th, 2020. Okay. So, certificate of publication filed. So, this basically is where they left off on this issue right here, as far as Teresa being an administrator of the estate of Kanika Jenkins. They're going to have the court case May of next year. Okay, so I printed out my side of the documents. I want to go over this. I'm not going to read everything because my throat still hurts, and I'm going to drop the link so that you can read it yourself. So I'm going to point out how exactly these documents differ from the narrative that Rosemont provided to the public. Okay, let me make sure everything's okay. Hold on. Okay, hey everybody. Hi Amp Easy. Hey Connect Dot. Okay, I think everything's okay. Okay, so let's start at the top. So it says, at all times relevant, Teresa Martin was the biological mother of Kanika Jenkins. We just went over this part. Okay, number 2, it says, at all times relevant, Kanika was a resident of Chicago. Okay. It says, upon all information and belief, CPO Hospitality was doing business at the Crown Plaza. F&F Realty was doing business at the Crown Plaza. Capital Security was doing business at the Crown Plaza. Caddyshack Restaurant was doing business at the Crown Plaza. Okay. So they're just saying that all of these companies are basically going to be referred to as Crown Plaza defendants from here on in the document. So CPO Hospitality, Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare, and F&F Realty are all going to be excuse me, are all going to be called Crown Plaza defendants. Hold on, let me get some water. Hold on. Okay, so they're all going to be referred to as Crown Plaza defendants from here on in the document. So it says this matter arises out of a September 10th incident resulting in the death of Kanika Jenkins that occurred at the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel. Okay, so let's pay attention to these times, because this is going to be important. The times are actually one of the main areas that this document differs from the narrative that Rosemont provided. So it says, on or about September 9th at approximately 1:13 a.m., Kanika Jenkins entered the Crown Plaza Hotel as a guest. Number 10 says, she entered the hotel completely coherent and without incident. Now, I personally don't think that this actually can be verified, only because we've seen the video where when she tried to go up to the room, she seemed to be pulled in the right direction and her friends were going in the left direction. We also seen videos of the shadows of people that were actually walking in with them. And there is no actual footage of them getting on the main elevator going up to the 9th floor. That's important. Okay. But this document says that they entered the hotel completely coherent and without incident. I question the without incident part, but this is what the document says. Okay, 11 says, on or about September 9th at approximately 2:30 a.m., Kanika Jenkins left a room on the ninth floor and was last seen by her friends at this time. Now, if you remember, Crown Plaza, Rosemont Village, tried to create the narrative that Kanika Jenkins went missing around 3:30 and that she went directly from the ninth floor to the kitchen. She walked over the hallway to the elevator. We seen her when she got out of the elevator. She walked down the hall in the kitchen, and that was that. This document says that she went missing at 2:30, which means there's a whole hour worth of video that they're not showing, which I believe. Okay? So it says on information and belief prior to 2:30 a.m. on or about September 9th, 2017, there were multiple notifications to the Crown Plaza, defendants and or agents of defendant, Capitol Security, regarding the room where Kanika Jenkins was believed to be. So they're saying that before she went missing, the security had been notified that this room, that there were some problems. Okay. 13 says, on information and belief, prior to 2:30 a.m. on or about September 9, 2017, the Crown Plaza defendants and or agents of defendant Capitol Security had actual and or constructive knowledge that there were too many occupants in the room where the descendant Kanika Jenkins was believed to be. A smoke detector had been disabled in the room where Kanika Jenkins was, and there was a smell of strong intoxicants emitting from the room where Kanika Jenkins was believed to be. So they're just citing that security was well aware of the issues and what the issues were at this time. Okay, so it says on at 2:30 a.m. on September 9th, Capitol Security's employees who had the constructive knowledge of the dangerous conduct of individuals in the room where Kanika was believed, they didn't intervene or appropriately investigate such conduct as was required. So this is the main person, the main reason why Teresa is suing the hotel. It's not necessarily suing them because of a cover up. It's not necessarily suing them because, um, you know, she's claiming foul play. She's just saying that the hotel security was well aware of the issues and they didn't do their job. And this document is going to prove that. Okay, so number 15 says, on or about, okay, so on September 9th at 2:30 a.m., Teresa Martin was assured by the Crown Plaza hotel staff and employees and or agents of Capitol Security that they would check and review all security cameras and footage to locate Kanika Jenkins. And this is, again, where she actually has a really good case because they did not look for her at 2:30. They didn't even look for her at 3:30. They didn't even look for her at 4:30. Okay, so let me look at my notes. Hang on one second. Okay, I want to go down to number 19. 19 says Kanika Jenkins was last seen near an elevator on the ninth floor. where surveillance cameras were installed, in use, and properly working, and therefore she was observable. Now that's really, 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 really important because for a long time, people have gone back and forth as to whether or not there were cameras on the ninth floor. And, this is a really good lawyer, and I know that he's done his proper investigation. And so he's saying that there were cameras on the ninth floor that were in use and properly working. Okay, that's really important because we've never seen any footage from the ninth floor. We didn't see any dice game on the ninth floor. We didn't see people hanging out in the hallway on the ninth floor. We didn't see them going into the hotel room. We didn't see them coming out of the hotel room. We haven't seen anything from the ninth floor. And this document is claiming that there was surveillance cameras on the ninth floor. And I believe that. I really do. Okay, so number 21 says, between approximately 2:30 a.m., when Kanika was last seen by her friends, and 3:32 a.m., when she was last seen on camera entering an abandoned kitchen, she appeared on Crown Plaza surveillance footage at all times. Now, this is interesting because we haven't seen any footage from Kanika at 2:30 a.m. But this document is claiming that Kanika would have been on the camera this whole entire time. Now, what we have in the Rosemont files from 2:30 a.m. to 3:32 a.m., we have 8 minutes of footage. When you add them all up, we have 8 minutes of footage. They provided 7 camera angles. I think my thing is buffering. I hope I'm okay. But they provided 7 camera angles, and they provided a report that 6 of the cameras where Kanika should have been seen were broken at the time. So there's a total of 13 cameras that should have caught Kanika. We only got to see 7. They said 6 were broken. They only provided 8 minutes. This document is saying she was missing for a full hour and 2 minutes. So that's where it's different. Can you guys hear? If you guys are having trouble hearing or if it's buffering, just let me know. Okay, let me see. I want to go to number 23. Okay, it says, on or about September 9th, 2017, between 2:30 a.m., when Kanika Jenkins was last seen by her friends, and 3:32 a.m. when she was last seen on surveillance footage entering the kitchen, she passed several hotel personnel who failed to prevent Kanika Jenkins from entering the kitchen. Now, this is really important that they would put this in a court document because there's no footage of this. Crown Plaza did not show us any footage of their employees in the same camera frame as Kanika during this time. But this document is saying that they were, in fact, in contact, that she was, in fact, in contact with hotel personnel. So that's interesting. I'm going to skim over a few things, and I'm going to provide the link for you, so don't worry. Basically, this is just saying that what happened? Oh. So this is just basically saying that they were negligent and that they didn't do everything that they should have done and were responsible for doing when a person goes missing in their hotel. So this is saying like Crown Plaza owed a duty to the general public and to Kanika Jenkins to warn of defects and dangers such as abandoned kitchens or double walk-in freezers. They had a duty to exercise reasonable care to ensure that the services undertaken by the security and food service providers were done in a manner not to inflict injury upon others. They had a duty to the general public, to Kanika Jenkins in particular, to properly supervise, train, and hire personnel who were working there. So this is just like legal language to say that, they're responsible for all of these things. And they're being sued for failure to secure the area, failure um, to maintain signage, failure to warn people of the conditions, failure to, maintain this freezer, et cetera, et cetera. It just failed all the way around. And then this is going into what, Kanika's mother has suffered: emotional injuries, mental anguish, humiliation, which is all things that I agree with. It was really horrible experience, I imagine, for her family. And then there's more here because they have to do this with each company that they're suing and prove that they were in fact responsible. So they're laying out what the Caddyshack didn't do in this case. And I want to go down here to Capital Security. So Capital Security basically didn't look for her. They didn't look at the videotape when they said they were going to look at the videotape. Failure to secure the area, failing to timely review security cameras when undertaking a duty to do so. So as a security company, you're paid to do this. This is your job, this is your duty, and they failed to do so. And so that's why they're being sued. And failing to hire, manage, supervise, and train employees and or agents who are competent to deal with missing persons in a reasonable manner. Failing to hire, manage, supervise, and train employees and or agents who are properly trained not to negligently disregard dangers to the general public. Failing to hire, manage, supervise, and train employees and or agents who are competent. So you get the picture. Let me see if I had any other notes here. Okay, I think that's mainly what I want to show you. I want to show you how to get to these documents and how to keep up with the case. You can go right here online and see if there's any updates. Hopefully it refreshes. Yep. Can go to Cook County Clerk of Court.org, and I'll drop the link. And then when you go to Google, you can type in Cook County Teresa Martin space PDF, and you're going to get the document that we just went over just now. I do believe that she's going to win her case. It does say that she's suing for $50 million. I really don't think that's enough money. I think that Rosemont is so rich that $50 million is not really punishment for them, because like their taxes are like $90 million. That's just what they pay every year. And that's just one bill. And they have all kinds of bills. So I think it should definitely be like 100 million. But you know, hey. So that's that. Let me see if you guys have any questions. I'm gonna go to the comments now. Oh wow. So Samantha says the guy in my last video in the paper, that would be the mayor of Rosemont, Patley Stevens. She says, well, the bald guy behind him is the bald guy in the leather jacket that goes to the bathrooms with the lady and the guy in the blue shirt. That's interesting. We'll have to look at that. Okay, thank you, Connect Dot. Okay. Samantha says, the lawyer saw the footage. Why would he lie knowing it would come up in court? He wouldn't. Crown Plaza is protecting whoever she passed by in the hallways. I agree with that. Okay, I'm going to end right here, you guys, and I'm going to take the rest of my night off because my throat really hurts. And I will talk to you all very soon. I'm not going to take a long break. Good night. Bye-bye.